Hey guys, my name is Melissa. I'm a marriage and family therapist with Christian Teen Therapy Online, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about some of the most common mistakes that I see parents of teens making in my office. So here you go. Number one, parents will often think that their kids are not learning from their example. Things like yelling, whether or not they apologize, whether they own their mistakes, being responsible, working hard, how they treat other people, all those things often parents minimize, thinking their kids aren't noticing how they're behaving. Not true. Number two, overscheduling their kids with too many activities, having unrealistic expectations about what all they can actually achieve. Often kids don't have enough margin, they need more sleep, they need real food. These kids have hormones. They need space to try different things and to be creative, and if we push them too hard in certain areas, typically they fall apart because they're just not ready. Number three, rescue their kids from the consequences of their choices. Let them fail. That is one of the most important things you can do as a parent of a teenager is give them space to fail while they're still in your home, and it costs way less when they're out in the real world. Number four, let your teens' emotions set the temperature in your house. This cannot be. As parents, we have got to be grounded enough that when our kids are hormonal teenagers, because they're going to be, it doesn't wreck us. We have to have the ability to navigate their emotions and teach them how to do the same. Number five, giving too much or too little trust. Trust, but inspect, okay? Evidence plus time equals trust. If you give them every single ounce of trust in the beginning, but you're not checking in and inspecting that, they're gonna fail. But if you will give them space to learn and grow, but you're inspecting, you're coaching, you're walking with, that evidence plus time is gonna equal real trust. Trust that doesn't fall apart. Okay. Number six, treating your teens like they're mini adults, minimizing their feelings, expecting them to perform like adults. Remember, teenagers, this is the hardest thing they've ever done. And so you have to have patience with that, realizing that they're not going to be able to handle things just like you can. They're in practice mode here. They need your support. Don't minimize their emotions. Even the things that seem really dumb to you, it's huge to them. So give empathy, listen, stay with them, okay? Number seven, when we don't expect failure, we have this kind of mindset that it'll never be my kid, it's not gonna happen to my kid, and then we're totally devastated when it's our kid. So expect it, it's gonna happen. We'd much rather it happen again while they're home and the cost is much lower. Number eight, parents that don't have clear boundaries that are centered around non-negotiable family values. So I see a lot of parents who have a million little rules about negotiable things like bedtimes and, clothing and all sorts of different things that are negotiables, that are very much going to change based on the circumstances. What you have to fight for in your home are those non-negotiable values. Things like trust, things like kindness, things like faith, things like respect towards one another. Those are core values. And when you're fighting for those core values, those non-negotiable values, all the other things center around that. So don't get caught up in the negotiables. You will lose every time and you'll be in a non-stop power struggle. Don't go there. Number nine, when parents don't give their teens space to express themselves. Meaning when they get upset, give them a little space to vomit emotionally to you. Don't expect them to hold it all together. When we don't give them space to do silly, dumb things like color their hair purple or get their ears pierced, things that are just not that big of a deal. It's kind of called planned rebellion. They're gonna rebel. They're in this differentiating season of life. It's actually what they're supposed to be doing. It's part of the whole journey. So give them space to do the knuckleheaded teenager things that we all did, and let them do it while they're still under your roof, and it's not going to cost them as much, okay? Get out of the way and just let them be knuckleheaded teenagers sometimes. Number 10, when parents are not on the same page, meaning mom and dad are on totally different planets, they don't back each other up, they don't support one another, they're kind of like parenting against each other, this is a surefire way to see your kids absolutely implode, because that means that truth feels really negotiable and unclear. Boundaries are negotiable and unclear, and they learn to manipulate. They learn all sorts of negative patterns because they're just trying to live in between these two different worlds of their parents. So you gotta fight for that, staying on the same page. Even divorced parents, separated parents, you have to figure out how do you work together. If you have to find a therapist, do whatever it takes. Stay on the same page as much as you can, okay? If you're like a lot of other parents and this is kind of hard for you and you're struggling a little bit, we just want to invite you to come join one of our Parents of Teens groups. Check it out, Christian Teen Therapy Online. Talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.